Millions are expected to protest Saturday at over 2,500 locations across the U.S., opposing the Trump administration. The group, No Kings, which organized a major June rally, is again urging people to denounce what they see as Trump's growing authoritarianism. Despite militarized forces in several cities and Trump's vow to suppress dissent, organizers predict one of the largest protest days in U.S. history. What are the No Kings protests? The No Kings protests are nationwide demonstrations organized by a coalition of left-leaning groups opposing the Trump administration. The coalition previously led a similar protest in June, when millions marched across the U.S. as Trump held a military parade in Washington. The protests are named No Kings to emphasize that America rejects absolute rulers, criticizing Trump's growing authoritarianism. According to NoKings.org, No Kings represents the nation's founding principle and unites people nationwide, from cities to small towns, to stand together against dictatorship. Where are they happening? More than 2,500 No Kings protests are planned across all 50 states, from major cities to small towns. The decentralized model encourages people to demonstrate locally, showing that opposition to Trump spans the entire nation. Key cities include Washington, D.C., San Francisco, San Diego, Atlanta, New York City, Houston, Honolulu, Boston, Kansas City, Bozeman, Chicago, and New Orleans. Start times vary by location, with details available on the No Kings website map. Who organized the protests? Over 200 organizations are partnering in the No Kings protests. Main organizers include Indivisible, with partners such as the ACLU, Public Citizen, and major unions like the American Federation of Teachers and SEIU. Other groups involved include 50501, Human Rights Campaign, Move On, United We Dream, League of Conservation Voters, and Common Defense, among others. Home of the Brave, a group affiliated with the Trump critic George Conway that describes itself as a community of Americans who refuse to be silenced, announced a $1 million ad campaign to promote the rallies. Several million people joined the June No Kings protests, though estimates vary. Harvard's crowd counting consortium called it likely the second largest single-day demonstration since Trump took office, with 2 to 4.8 million participants across more than 2,150 locations. Other estimates, like journalist G. Elliot Morris's, put turnout between 4 and 6 million, surpassing even the Women's March numbers in some counts. Organizers expect a similar or even larger turnout for this weekend's protests, as 2025 has already seen more demonstrations than the same period in 2024-2017. Organizers expect millions to join the 18th October protests. With more locations participating than in June, they anticipate an even larger turnout than the previous No Kings demonstrations. The No Kings Coalition says the protests respond to Trump's authoritarian behavior and corruption, including mass deportations, weakened healthcare, gerrymandering, and favoring the wealthy. Describing itself as pro-democracy and pro-worker, the movement rejects strongman politics and vows to fight for fair representation. Organizers accuse Trump of abusing taxpayer funds, sending federal forces into cities, seeking a third term, and ignoring court rulings while cutting vital services and deporting people without due process. Their message? Anyone angered by attacks on rights, rising costs, or threats to democracy is urged to join and take action. The goal is to build a massive, visible, non-violent, national rejection of this crisis and show that the majority of people are taking action to stop Trump. What is the 3.5% rule in protest? The 3.5% rule is based on research showing that if 3.5% of a country's population joins non-violent protests, the ruling regime almost always falls. Political scientists Erica Chenoweth and Maria Stephan analyzed civil resistance movements from 1900 to 2006 and found that non-violent campaigns were usually larger, more inclusive, and twice as likely to succeed as violent ones. Sustained participation by 3.5% of the population marked a consistent tipping point for success. In the US, 3.5% of the population equals over 11 million people. While past mass protests haven't reached this number, the figure is more a historical reference than a strict target. The key takeaway remains: sustained, large-scale, non-violent resistance has the power to challenge and even topple governments. Are there safety plans? The 18th October protests occur amid rising political violence and Trump's crackdown on dissent, including targeting immigrants and civil society groups. Authorities, like DHS and state officials, have indicated they will enforce laws, with Texas deploying National Guard troops in Austin. The No Kings Coalition emphasizes nonviolent action, asking participants to de-escalate conflicts and follow the law. They've held safety planning calls for tens of thousands, assigned marshals to ensure safety, and will distribute Know Your Rights cards so attendees can protect themselves if issues arise.